By the way, we got a badass Cadillac. Cadillac is making some cool cars, man. We got this little zippy Cadillac. It's really good. I like it.
Every time I see you when you're out of town, you rent a Cadillac.
Yeah, I like Cadillacs.
Or a big truck.
Guinea in me. I'm 3/4 Italian. So the Italian in me likes Cadillacs. It does. It does. I like shiny things. A little raccoon. So we were talking about before the break about how the government is worried about conservatives and gun owners. And, and I think they should be. I think if the government really is corrupt, those are the ones you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about the hippies with the Subarus with the bumper stickers on. Those aren't the dangerous ones.
Ninnying around.
The dangerous ones are the dudes who know the Constitution, the dudes who are living out in the desert with dried fruit in their basement and, and they got water, a giant cistern in the backyard that can last them for 3 years. Those are the guys you have to worry about. Those are the guys that are going to organize.
But you're saying the criminals have to worry about them.
Yeah, the criminals, yeah.
But that's my point, is that all these years we knew the way they set it up, that Homeland Security was for the American people. Then we got all these secret documents, and it has nothing to do with foreigners. It is for the American people.
You got to be worried about people organizing, not because there's something evil about organizing, but because people are such lemmings. That's the real problem with, like, Waco, Texas and stuff like that. When you see some dude stocking up guns, you got to go, God damn it, what is that idiot doing? You got to worry about that if you're the government or if you're regular civilians, because guess what, man? It's like what's going on in Afghanistan. They have warlords, and these warlords run regions of the country. And that's one of the reasons why it's so difficult to break through over there. That could happen in America. We could have cults where these cults are armed and they control big pieces of the population. That's very possible.
All right,
Scientology could easily pull that off.
Here in about 5 minutes, I've got to call in.
Ari Shaffir is anti-Scientology, by the way. He just said it.
What? No.
He wants a career in show business. He knows. You got to kiss their ass.
Don't start the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
People already think millions of web pages.
They believe you're Bill Hicks.
That I am Bill Hicks.
Elvis?
I'm not Bill Hicks. I mean,
no, you're definitely not Bill Hicks.
But because I've worked with somebody that worked with him, and he had kind of a Southern accent, it must be me.
A huge compliment. Kevin Booth always says that you're funnier than Bill Hicks. You know that?
Well, I don't think I'm funnier than Bill Hicks.
Well, Bill Hicks said a lot of brilliant stuff, but you might be funnier than him. You're funny in a different way, right?
I think you're definitely funnier than him.
Well, Ari, though he is one of my best friends and a great comic of his own, is not a fan of the Bill Hicks. He does not believe. This is Ari right there. Ari does not believe that the Bill Hicks was very funny.
No, not funny.
We got some really bad news here. NBC News: 7 dead, 12 injured in Fort Hood shooting. No word from military bases whether the victims are military or civilians. At least 7 people are dead and 12 wounded. That's the last place that nut drove into the Lubies and shot everybody, but nobody was allowed to be armed so he could do it.
So that's probably some soldier went crazy?
We'll try to get Susanna Hupp, Representative Susanna Hupp, on tomorrow.
Anti-American person went in there?
Yeah, it was her dad and mom got killed there, and now she's a state rep. Let's get her on about this. The official would not give his name nor additional details. It was unknown whether victims are soldiers or civilians. It'll probably end up being a soldier that's gone.
Isn't it kind of fascinating? I mean, let's say it's not a soldier. What if it was an attack? Isn't it kind of fascinating that it's a huge deal if someone gets attacked on this patch of dirt, but like how many different days go by where 10 soldiers die in Afghanistan and it doesn't even make mainstream news? It's just like
it's because it is rare to happen here. And because a lot of people are cowardly, it scares them.
Why is that? Why? Yeah, that's it. But why is it, why is it more news if Americans die here? I mean, is it really more news? I mean, we make so light of the people that die in Afghanistan and Iraq. I mean, it's really crazy. Like one kid is missing and it's front page news for days.
Weeks.
But soldiers can get shot up and killed 3-4 at a time, and it's just a tiny little story, and then we move on. I mean, that's very...
Well, they don't even allow the coffins to be seen now.
Yeah, they didn't for a while, but didn't Obama rescind that? Didn't he change that?
He allows select groups of coffins to be seen, and he's there.
I mean, the whole thing is so scary that they're blocking information. They censor information. If they're censoring photographs, they're censoring information. They don't want you to see the numbers. They don't want you to be affected by the numbers. That's scary stuff.
I agree, and I always say my heart goes out to those that have died. The media is going to be saying about this incident, but our heart does go out to them.
It's just shocking how we just go with it. That's what's shocking to me. That was the most shocking thing about 9/11 was that, like, within a couple days, all these people were driving by with American flags all over their cars. And for a while, I was like, well, maybe this is good, because I was like, okay, look, people are going to feel good about America. We're going to rally together on this. We've been attacked But then part of me was like, wow, this is scary how quick it happened. I mean, these are the same dopes that had Lakers flags on their cars just a few months ago when the Lakers were winning. And now, you know, now
it's like a inch deep, mile wide fad.
Yeah.
It's not a real commitment. It's
right, because the flags are gone now. Who has American flags hanging from their car? A few lone nuts, a few crazy dudes. Very few, but you don't like, back then, you would go into a parking lot, you would pull into a Walmart parking lot, and you would see 30, 40, 50 cars with American flags on them, and nobody touched those flags.
You'd see cars with giant full-size flags flapping.
Yeah, you did.
Around here, and guys are driving around with Al-Qaeda hunting licenses, going, I'm going to get me some Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, I saw a guy who had one of those and a T-shirt on it said, Osama, yo mama.
Now, Joe, we've got to call in to 1360 in Dallas wants me to pop in, and
talking to
and Richard Hunter's the talk show host. We want to pop in and say hi to them because they wanted me to be on during a break and I couldn't do it.
Cool.
So we're going to say hi to them. But you're going to be with us 20 minutes into Overdrive today. It won't be on your AM and FM dial coming up in 20 minutes. It'll be at Infowars.com on the audio streams and PrisonPlanet.tv video streams and archive.
We have the documents.
We got to take advantage of you being here, Joe.
Well, I'm taking advantage of being here as well.
Joe, you are really fired up today.
I am fired up. You are too, Alex. We're going to go eat after this, right?
Don't say where.
Okay. Don't want any stalkers. Yeah,
please.
Don't worry.
Double stalkers, yours and mine.
Yeah, that's right. They might come together. They might duke it out in the parking lot and leave us alone. Do you think my stalkers and your stalkers would like each other?
I have the type where a woman will get out in the parking lot and come up and say hi to me and then run around screaming that I've attacked her. I mean, I have that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have to really, like...
There's a lot of paranoid nuts out there, man.
Well, there's a lot of people think I've put chips in their brains.
You haven't? You haven't.
Well, the issue is, I cover real issues, right, and then there is all the crazies out there who think they're possessed by the Palladians or
whatever. What do you think about, like, that David Icke character? Because that's the reptilian dude.
Right? I think he has 99% of his information is very important. He's a great speaker.
But then he goes reptilian on your ass. What's all that about? Does that guy work for the government? Is he a disinformation agent?
I don't think so.
Goes all
I don't think so.
He really believes that people can transform.
Studying the satanic rituals of the elites and what they believe they are, there's a lot of nuts who believe they're vampires. They're not really vampires.
Right.
And so there are a lot of... These elitists do believe that it's some weird stuff.
So is he on to something with the reptiles? Or no?
Joe, I only cover what I can prove and document, right, but we are on a planet hurtling through space.
Yes. I mean, really, when you think about what we do have on this planet, it wouldn't be that bizarre if people became lizards. I mean, that's a lot less crazy than black holes or tornadoes.
Are we going to do this Dallas thing, or I'm not going to do it?
Tornadoes are pretty crazy.
Okay, fine. No, I don't care. I just want to get it out of the way. Okay, let's get serious here for a moment. Did you see the New York Times last week where they just admitted that Mohammed Karzai's brothers, the head opium dealer, opium production's up over 12 times since we liberated it, and that our CIA is basically protecting the opium. I heard BBC 3 months ago admit that, but to have the government just going, yeah, we grow the opium, we're going to put you in prison if we catch you with it.
I did see that, and I found it incredibly fascinating how little it was talked about. Like, again, let's bring up Watergate. Watergate was someone spying on someone. This is... The United States government is paying the brother of the president of Afghanistan. The CIA is involved. They grow 93% of the world's heroin. The CIA has a long history of being accused of selling drugs. All that together is like, wow.
They've been caught. They've been caught
with a plane that crashed recently in Mexico at 4 tons of cocaine on it.
Pure cocaine, CIA aircraft.
Had been to Guantanamo Bay on at least one separate occasion. I think 2 occasions, right?
Yeah, well, it was flying people all over the world to torture sites.
Yeah, it was a CIA plane, and it had 4 tons of cocaine in it, and you hear nothing.
Pure cocaine coming from the source.
That's way crazier than Watergate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we put it all into perspective. That is incredible.
Well, that's why they went after Nixon for a small thing that didn't touch other elites. That's why they went after Clinton for a woman in the White House, because that's a little corruption they can burn them for that doesn't affect all the other.
It's amazing how that works.
So what's your, I mean, how can we not decriminalize drugs when Europe's done it and it's made drug abuse go way down? We know prohibition of alcohol tripled alcoholism. No, we know the drugs are kept illegal because the big CIA banks are laundering the money.
Well, it's that too, and it's also that the politicians. I mean, that's like the big idea, the giant version of it. The smaller version of it is that politicians get into office because they support these gigantic businesses that give them millions of dollars to fund their campaigns. People that don't think that they're going to be in bed with these companies and that they're going to make decisions based on these companies. You're crazy. These guys are not going to give politicians millions and millions of dollars towards their campaigns if there's not something in it for them. And the something in it for them is they make things illegal that can interfere with their business. And natural things are the biggest one, because you can't put a patent on marijuana. So the idea is that if you made marijuana legal, it would literally bankrupt the pharmaceutical industry, because over 100 different things that we have pills for, you could just have pot for, and people could grow it in their backyard. That's the short answer. That's the much more likely scenario.
Absolutely. And the half $1 trillion of opium money out of Afghanistan every year is laundered and leveraged up to $5 trillion. And so, of course, they can't decriminalize it because they are laundering the money.
Yeah.
And the only drug dealers they bust are the people who are cowboys and operate outside of the system. I just wonder how the police feel busting teenagers with drugs.